Namaskar and happy Ganesh Puja to all of you. What a wonderful date and auspicious day you have chosen to have this kind of a debate and discussion. एक अच्छी subject का श्री गणेश हो गया. That is very good. First, I must thank the Taru Foundation to give me such a chance to interact with you people. I mean, particularly the Taru Foundation's Professor Gautam, he spoke so well. And a special thank definitely goes to Ananya, who in fact pushed me all along, sir, you join this in spite of very busy schedule. I thought of no, I will come up today and I should mingle with the kind of moment you are in. As all of you know that that today's topic is extremely contemporary. In fact, in being an IS officer in government sector, this topic has been discussed across the departments, not only in the Department of Water Resources. It is discussed in every department we have, be it Panchayati Raj, be it rural development, be it urban development. You talk of any department, it is there. I presently work for two departments. One is for the Home Department, the other is the Public Enterprise Department. In fact, in Government of Odisha, we have 40 government PSUs. And you will be happy to know that we have a specially dedicated water purification and water management corporation called WATCO. It has been constituted last year only. So there is a huge concern for the water literacy. Today, since we are going to start a very good subject to discuss and debate, I would start with a quotation of Leonardo da Vinci, the famous French painter. He says, water is the most driving force. Water is one thing, as all of you know, that water is life, and life cycle and water cycle are just inseparably connected. We cannot divorce one from another. So that is the importance we give. And here again, I will quote Victor Hugo. He says, you can't stop an idea whose time has come. In fact, the time of water literacy has come today. I am really happy to feel that we have chosen such a topic which touches every heart. Every government policy program revolves around this kind of a topic. So water is the concern. As you know, all of you know that the United Nations, the Millennium Sustainable Goal, that having a sanitation and clean water has become a human right. That is the importance United Nations attaches to this kind of a topic. And since Professor Gautam has he explained the definitional part of the water literacy, I don't have to focus on that. I would rather more focus on its functional part and little bit of government perspective, because I am from the government sector. So I can give you a little bit of government perspective where what the government has been doing and where the missing links are there. Why this kind of things are not very effective. Where we miss and where we have to catch up. Those things I can focus on. Ladies and gentlemen, as all of you know, that National Water Mission, it was given a institutional shape by a cabinet decision. In fact, a formalized mission. It has a formalized directorate with a couple of its branches in state level, and it has a very distinct mission. What is to achieve? The mission was actually, it's not that it was just started in 2011. If you look up after independence, there are a couple of different water conservation, water purification, water recycling, water management programs, policies, the schemes are already there. Not that it is not there, it is already there. But integrating all those things, National Water Mission as an umbrella body, a mission, it in fact clubbed everything together and started a very distinct roadmap. So we can feel that the government is extremely serious about the water literacy part and the water management part, looking at the importance of it because it touches human life. Because they say that life can be without love and affection, but life cannot be without water. So water has to be there. Water, without water, nothing moves actually. And putting a very distinct and definite goal how to achieve for this, the mission has in fact some purposes it has started, some goals it has set in. The most important was the conservation of water, and with the conservation of water, the focus was that first of all we should have a complete water data, because we don't have the earlier we are not having the data of what kind of water bodies we have, what are the water systems we have. So it was in a fragmented way. So government wanted that all the necessary relevant water related data should be in the public domain. So everybody, like the government, the private sector, the NGOs, every parallel organization, they can have the access to data, so they can contribute. Each and every stakeholder, if they can see the level, what is the water availability and how do you go about it. So the program policies of the government and the data is available to all. So the very accessibility is one of the most important aspect of the National Water Mission. Then how the second goal was how to minimize the wastage of water. You must have noticed that wastage of water in India is really very, very high. That is what is Professor Gautam was telling me about the social literacy of water. That is important because here we waste a lot. Unnecessarily, the wastage is there. So mission also focuses how to minimize the wastage of the water. And apart from that, we also want to preserve. And preserve means we have to create certain programs, some kind of policies, some kind of infrastructure by which water can be preserved. It can be, and the used water can be recycled and can be used again. That is how we have it's very integrated water management system. And for that, the government perspective is very clear. Government want that in India, what happens? 89% water is used for the agriculture purpose, for the industrial purpose, for the commercial purpose, and for the entertainment purpose. Only less than 10% water is available for the drinking water. So the citizens should have a right to have the clean and water, and for that focus, the government focuses that how they will get it. So the clean water is important because water is a carrier of lot of diseases. So like now in the COVID pandemic time, we also very concerned about how to get a clean water. That is also one of our major concerns. In fact, if you believe that every policy of the government, like the water has always been a very important segment in any policy decision, any policy formulation, any policy decision, any policy execution, it cannot be conceived without a focus on water. So the water, that much importance is being attached by the government to different things. Apart from National Water Mission, we have at the state level different functional bodies. I mean, every district they want that something has to come up. So the government at the national level, at the state level, the focus has become that how the water can be equitably distributed. Maybe the river water, whatever reservoir we have, all the surface water, all the groundwater, we need to be equitably distributed. So that is called the sustainable inclusive growth, so that there cannot be any water dispute like the legendary disputes we have among Narmada and other rivers. In Mahanadi also we have. So the fact is that what we have been focusing on, that the equitable distribution of water is important for all of us. Now let us come to the part of the conservation part. That one big slogan by government, you must have heard that, catch the rain. Catch the rain is the very important slogan given by the Ministry of Jal Shakti. They say that where it falls, when it falls, it has to, whenever the rainwater is our major source of preservation. We can preserve rainwater. So rainwater harvesting, for example, look at what happened in Mumbai today. And Mumbai is full of lot of rainwater, everybody, a lot of waste of water. So the whole idea is that how to catch the rain. That is the slogan. That is, in fact, government is focusing on. And if you can focus on last 5 years track record of Ministry of Water Resources, Government of India, they have started a lot of projects, particularly on rain water harvesting. That is the focus of the day. Then another thing is that to start with, government to encourage this kind of practice, because important is that all the stakeholders have to be sensitized. I mean, even if the government makes a program and launches a big program or a mission, the sensitization of all the stakeholders are so very important that what normally happens, that a program is launched, many people do not understand what the program is. So my focus is here that what government has been doing, government has started a lot of water talks. The kind of seminar you are conducting now in 2019, the government has started a lot of water talks. In fact, in the March, in the month of March, we celebrate the World Water Day. That from that day, 2019, a lot of seminars, lot of discussions, debates, government has initiated. In fact, I have attended 2 or 3 of those things. So that is also very important. And another thing is that government now, for example, in the Garib Kalyan Rozgar Yojana, government has also initiated a lot of discussions on water harvesting, lot of discussions on how to preserve and how to best use the water in the agricultural sector. That is also important, because from one water intensive crops to we can move ahead to less water intensive crops, like from paddy to sugarcane, we can go to maize or others where less water is used. So the focus is government is trying to that save water, conserve water, recycle water, manage water. That is these are the key words of water literacy. Because that is what is called when you focus in agriculture, they have a government has a slogan called Sahi Fasal. Which fasal is important for us? That is how from water intensive crops to we go to less water intensive crops, so that the water is equitably distributed. Every agricultural sector should not be used for this. That is what is the focus has been. Now, government has also started, you must have heard about that, government has started giving a lot of awards actually. The National Water Mission has started for the first time in 2019, the National Water Mission Awards and different categories. So different stakeholders have, last year they received the awards. So sensitizing through water talks, through Sahi Fasal program, through the campaign, through the rain, catch the rain, or if you talk of the integrated water management programs, having a complete distinct groundwater directorate, all these issues, government has been sensitizing people so that every stakeholder, you and me, the end users, the people who can, everybody has to understand the importance of the water. So just giving a launching a scheme or just talking about water literacy in a seminar does not solve the problem. You need to ignite the minds on this particular subject. And for thankfully, everybody, but the present government sector, I mean, there is no fragmented approach now. We have a distinct roadmap now. When we think of what we are planning to do, we have a distinct roadmap. But like every house should be, as you understand, the government has given it by 2030, every house should have a water connection. And clean water, that is important. And wastage of water needs to be sustained. The more pressure on the groundwater should not be there. and how to manage the rivers, how to manage the ponds, how to clean them, how to preserve them. So the whole idea of having a water world full of initiatives, igniting minds and putting them in the right track, that is the call of the day. And I understand that I being an IS officer, I can always say that these are the government scheme and all that. Then you must asking me, sir, why are these not very effective? Even if we are having so many plans and programs are in place, why are we not delivering? As you know that we are in a democracy, and most of you must have visited Delhi North Block. If you enter the North Block, there is a caption that that liberty. It's a caption by Carlton, which is written on the door of the North Block in Delhi, uh, where the Ministry of Personnel is there. I mean, the most important ministry is there. So it is written there that liberty does not descend on the people. Liberty does not descend. We have to raise ourselves to the liberty. So if you want the fruits of development, then everybody, every stakeholder have to be mingled, have to participate, has to come up. We can't say that I am launching a program means I am the authority, I am doing this, everybody has to accept it. The very question of accepting a particular program, understanding the importance of a particular program, that is by everybody. Like as an NGO or as a government sector, are the people, the users, every stakeholder's opinion needs to be recorded and they have to be mingled with the program. When we talk about water literacy today, with all our programs, plans, it has really acquired an institutional momentum today. And if you want to keep an organic pace with this kind of momentum, then all the stakeholders need to be involved. That is why we fail. Supposing I think that Catch the Rain program, it's a slogan. ठीक है, but how the slogan, how the people will do that? So in a rural area, in a village, how a villager will save the water, rainwater, if he has to be understood, he should understand, and he should be motivated. Not only that, he should be given the proper fiscal help, technological know-how, all kind of support has to be given right from the bottom. So it is not the cities where the urbanization pressure is there. So it is not the big, we have to go to the roots where it has to start. So whole idea is that a determined government which wanted the water literacy to acquire an institutional momentum need to be clubbed with the opinions, involvement, and subsequent amendments by all the stakeholders. That is what my opinion is. And you should understand that nothing is impossible. Only thing is that how much you are conscious about a problem, how much the program is affecting your life, my life. And we all understand the entire pressure on, because of the climate change, because of the pressure on the population, and kind of pressure on all stakeholders. The programs are not picking up as we have been planned or as we have envisaged. But I'm very confident that everything is possible if all the stakeholders have to understand the importance of it. And for that, the role of the government sector, role of the NGOs, role of the media, role of all the peer groups, and role of all the institutions who matter actually for the fruits of development, everybody to enjoy, then everybody has to be involved. So that is the call of the day. And the watchword has always been that I I think that everything is possible if you have that Josh in you. So I would here I will have a filmy quote of Shah Rukh Khan in Om Shanti Om. He says that the dialogue goes like this: किसी भी चीज को आप अगर शिद्दत से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात लग जाती है उसको तुमको मिलाने के लिए. So how, if you want to really do think something to do, and the whole universe is there to translate your dreams into reality. So we lack where our intentions are good, but our efforts are not matching those things. So this is what Ogban calls the lag, the great cultural lag. So we need to bridge this gap. And for that, we all have to play a role. The mission needs to have a complete involvement of everybody. So I will not take much time. I will just say, because the theoretical aspect by Professor Gautam is extremely well. He has explained all the concepts. So I will give a bit of my government perspective to you. And during the question answer session, we can also involve into that, how we can go about it, because it is a requirement. The importance is understood by everybody, right from the United Nations. It's a human right. Governments has a mission. It has a complete roadmap. All the programs, budgetary allocations, all the review, monitoring, everything is in place. So we need to give this complete momentum a reality, so that India will have completely clean, safe water with all recycled water, preserved water. The more focus, the pressure on groundwater need to be lessened. All these ideas needs to be clubbed together to give India by 2030 a water sufficient country, with a message to the world that yes, we can. Thank you.